Mic check. 1, 2. Oh, look at those ruts. Look at those ruts. Oh my gosh, Battle Creek was very good this year. Even with the rain, even with the mud, to me, it was good. Really great turnout. Things were going good. I was happy. Everyone else looked happy. Yeah, you know, it's just one of those races that really pushes your body. This was just a little tiny clip of me making my way through things. And I must say, like, a little drop like that from balance, that's about the worst thing that I did this whole race. You know, normally I might go and bombard through some trees or get caught up in something else, but that was it. I mean, no complaints here besides just wish that I would have made it a little bit longer through the race. It was really rough. Oh my gosh. It was rough. Oh, this is like third gear, KTM 300, just plowing through. Oh, this was a funny start. They're like 10 seconds. And then next thing you know, I hear some kids, 10, 9. Oh, we're going. This class for 35 up C riders was so big that it went all the way across the starting line. And there was probably 4 to 5 guys, including me, way off to the edge. And, you know, I wasn't going to push it this race. I'm backing it for fun. I'm not, I don't know, that competitiveness in me kind of went out whenever my back went out. So, yeah, I just, you know, I wanted to get a decent start, but, you know, the electric start really gets good races, and I was stuck behind a guy that, you know, he didn't get the good start. But anyways, it wouldn't even matter because this track was muddy. You can tell by everything that's thrown up on my camera already that it's going to be one of those races. Yep. I'm just waiting to give you guys the good old glove wipe, but it was very, very, look at, oh, here we go. Yep. Even though it was muddy, I don't think I seen one person stuck. You know, like some of those deeper ones, I think, what's it called? Plymouth Blackhawks. Now, their little swamp area, that can really get you. That thing, like, sinks in bikes. But, this one on lap 1, I didn't see anything, so that's always a good thing. Kind of holding back. I don't know, man. I had about, I think, 10 to 12 PS. Yeah, I had 12 PSI on my front tire, and I had 10 PSI on the back tire. My tires were so caked up with mud that it just felt like I was blowing through every little turn, every move, just like, I don't know, like I had bald tires. I was just, oh man, it was one of those races. But I decided to take it easy. Here we go. This is my more normal speed here, but I was afraid of like a good old muddy turn and then just plowing through, getting crazy. And this is really my first time back on the bike in, I don't know, a year and a half. I raced Hare Scramble, I think, in 2020. And besides putzing around up north, just like a tiny bit on my property, that was it. So I'm like a straight up C-class rider rookie again. Everything's kind of coming crazy. And yep, you will see plenty of glove wipes because I was just getting stuff shot at me the whole time. I was like, oh, okay, yep, there might be some big old mud piece stuck on the camera, and I don't want this footage just to go, you know, bad. The KTM 300, oh my gosh, it just plowed through all this stuff. Third, fourth gear, that's all I did the whole time. It was just like, yep, no problem. Third gear going up this hill, I'll go through it. Oh yeah, a little contact there, but it's alright, we both made it out of there. Yeah, almost getting taken out. It was slippery, man, I'm telling you. I was turning, I was still sliding forward. It was definitely, hey, there's Wolfie. I was trying to give him a last minute yell as I'm like way past him. He's probably like, who was that? Yep. Get to the left of that rut. I'm telling you guys, any new riders, learn from my mistakes. Don't always follow that rut because it can get deeper, it can get muddier, and you can get stuck. So I'm sure all you other pro riders already know that, but you never know who's watching these videos. I was talking to, I believe it was a husband and wife, and they're like, yeah, you know, our son watches your stuff ever since he was like doing the young stuff. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Definitely going to tone down my videos. Not that I'm too crazy, but definitely going to keep them as wide age ranges they watch these. So let's make it family friendly. Keep going, see the mud, man. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video. Not too crazy, but I'm going to tell you, there's plenty of action going throughout this whole... Yep, see, I just slid right there for no reason. Hit this little slippery, slimy spot, and I was going. I say the sketchy thing for me was I was not going across the log bridge because... Yep, he's going. Go. Go get him. That log bridge, man, I normally don't like going over it whenever it's normal, let alone going over when it's this conditions. But yeah, I went down in the little big valley and came back up, and as I was coming up, I was like looking over at the bridge thinking, yep, would not want to fall off this thing today. I think I avoided just about everything I normally like doing. I didn't do the enduro cross, I didn't do the bridge, I didn't do the rock garden. So yeah, you know what, this is my first race back. Don't want to exactly just kill myself the first time back out. There we go. And we do have the new suspension on the bike. This is the Creft like variable valving suspension. So wish I would have got a little bit more. Wow, it's getting squirrely. More time to play around with it, but it just, I don't know. It didn't feel set up for this kind of muddiness, but you know, I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone's bikes were. Let's let this go for a second. Still can't believe the turnout at this race. Oh my gosh, it was packed. I mean, packed. Definitely a very good start to the season. Maybe everyone's very excited to be out and about, no mask and all that political stuff, but I know I was ready. I had to wait 45 minutes to register, and I was like, oh my gosh. But line moved decently good. It would be nice for some pre-registration for days like that, but I got a feeling that some of the other races will probably go quicker. Usually I don't wait so long to go register. I was just last minute. So I guess that's the price you pay for being last minute. Glove wipe, and out of all of those spots I could have went. Maybe I heard that bike coming up. I go right through the puddle. Normally that's not my style because you never know how deep those puddles are, how muddy they are, how deep they are, all that good stuff. Definitely some backups from time to time. You know, I can't exactly see if someone spun out and blocked everything. Oh no, I know what this one is. So here's my thought process for what we're about to see. I'm like getting up there and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Everyone's going to the left, but they're kind of backed up right there. I thought about cutting to the right of this puddle and then making a hard left right through the short end of the puddle. I thought about it and I said, no, I better not. There's a reason people aren't going through there. So I decided to play it safe. Especially don't want to fall in there. That would not be no good. Got a new battery in the KTM. I unfortunately forgot my battery in my bike from like 2020. So my nice lithium ion battery went kaput. That's alright. I got Magic Racing probably about 15 minutes from my house, and went and picked up one. I think it was, yeah, it was Friday after work. So, popped that baby in. Bike started up really good, and didn't really have to do much. I mean, luckily I maintained my bikes pretty decent, so I didn't have any issues. Look at that, we're all like bunched up, so we're all sidelining here and there. Since I wasn't taking my race like super serious, whenever people were going to make that move, I was letting them make the move. If I took a break off to the second, I let the group go by. I wasn't just like jump out right in front of you and block you, you know. Just, like I said, I'm racing for fun. Look at those guys on the left. Oh, they just avoided all that. That's alright. That's racing. Speaking of racing, about, I don't know, 4 or 5 of my friends that race in C-Class, B-Class, they're like, yeah, nope, we're not racing this year. And I was like, oh man. Some said that they're going to race a little bit later. Booster said he might make a little thing here and there. 002, a little bit here and there, so it'd be nice. You know, it's kind of what happens whenever I take a break for a while they're still racing. Now I go to get back into it all freshened up, and they're like, yeah, you know what, we're going to do something different this year. So the back up. Okay. We can make it. You know, I might put a new set of tires on my bike. Oh my gosh. Not that they're bad, but try something else out. And I can tell, well, my back tire could just be probably rotated, rounded off a tiny bit. Nothing horrible. I don't have that many hours on this bike. Freaking, it's 2018, which I mean, I probably bought it in 2017, maybe 18. And I still have original tires on it, but I think I might have less than 50 hours on the bike. Just with the back injury and everything, just kind of put me out. And then from time to time I do take the 200 out. I remember one of my last races I was ripping on that thing.
Glad I got that 300.
Oh, yep, got the 300. So even though we got the 300, let's talk about the 200 for a minute. That 200 was screaming so good the last time I raced it. Oh my gosh, it was like a freaking mini crotch rocket on crack. The Honda needle that I got the bike with was definitely a very linear needle. It just, you know, kind of had that 4-stroke-ish thing, and I never rode a 200 before that, so I just kind of thought that was kind of the characteristics of the bike. Well, when I got that JD jetting kit and put in their recommended settings, right from the start, that bike was a ripper. I didn't change nothing with the power valve, I didn't change anything. The bike just ripped. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been missing out. Plenty of action. That's why I said, like, usually, you know, everyone just kind of goes, and on video you might get something here and there, but there's plenty going on. I was a little skeptical on some of these log crossings, but some of them you just had to do. Out of my short little career, I can't really say I've been racing forever and this, that. This is probably one of the top 5-ish mud races that I've been to. Definitely not like the worst one, but they definitely had some stuff. I could tell that this wore out a lot of racers, because you can tell whenever you're going on lap 1 and you already see people on the side taking a break, they've been fighting through some stuff. Yep. Installed the 4-stroke route. I was a little skeptical with the grass track. I was like, yep, nope, not going to slip out on this one. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but that one video at, what is it, Twin Bay. I was on somewhat of a grass area, and I went to go turn hard. The bike slid out, my foot went down, and like literally ripped my hamstring. Like practically ripped my legs apart is what it did. It was no fun, so I was not looking forward to do that in race 1. Which actually, race 2 coming up in a couple weeks, I don't think I ever been to that race, so shoot, I didn't have to look up in GPS and see where it's at. Look at these people coming from all over the place. Yeah, 300's going. It wasn't that the power wasn't there, it was just the traction. I was trying to kind of, you know, not just crazy go with it, just kind of, just enough to keep it going, moving forward. Oh, whoa. Yep. That was very easy to do. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have a score for this video. I'll tell you guys right now. I'm not even going to make you wait. Yeah. I was done after X amount of time, so I'm sure I got a DNF. And then, like, whenever I really knew I was done, I mean, I just didn't have any energy left. I was like, alright, I just need to find a way off this track because I was going forever. I think this was like a 7.7 mile track. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm like literally been done for the last 15 minutes. Let's get off. And I'm like looking around and I was like, oh, I think this goes, I'm just going to cut across and, you know, like get to the exit area. Well, whatever I cut across to get back onto another, oh yeah, he's going, onto another track, I ended up dipping back into a way I already came because I remembered a turn from the very first turn. So then I rode it for a while and then tried skipping across another one, ended up in another section that I already rode, and then finally ended up back where I was that I originally turned away because I remember there was a big old like tractor tire on its side and maybe a, I don't know, like a smoker or something. So then I went back and kept going and I seen the track official. I was like, hey, I'm done, man. Where's the easiest way to get out of here? He's like, well, you're about 3/4 of the way, so just keep going a little bit further. I was like, okay, thank you. So I kept on. By the time I got back to the motocross track, I was whooped. And I'm used to riding the motocross tracks in a little bit different texture, so didn't do any jumping, didn't do anything exciting. I think most of my energy was spent out, you know, doing this stuff right here. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've, in a long time, kept my legs up so much trying to pummel through everything off the pegs. Sometimes you get out of the way. Yep. Yeah. Sometimes that happens. I normally don't stop and get out of the way, but this was one of those races where I wanted to really make sure I was out of the way. I didn't want someone getting squirrely. Oh yeah, thorn bush. Getting someone squirrely and then smacking right into me. So I was going to really get out of the way so they can slide on by me. Stuck on some wood. The KTM did take a little damage though. Nothing too bad, but I think whenever I was going and cutting through some of the trails trying to get an exit, I ripped out the speedometer cable, the wire for it. So, oh well, I'll get it fixed. The bike almost did overheat though. For all this slowness and mud and, you know, getting clogged up on the radiators, I noticed that, oh, check this out, here we go. The man came out to help.
Thank you.
I noticed that when I stopped one time, I was starting to like smoke out of the radiator a little bit. I was like, uh-oh. So the electric fan was on. I imagine it had been on the whole time, but I just let it cool down for about 10-15 minutes and then went back into it. Look at all these guys taking a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 riders on lap 1 in one spot taking a break. Well, was that him in 6? 7. Yep. Rip, rip. Go fast, you don't have to worry about overheating, right? Little speed, little mud, and whoop, almost got taken out of those trees. This new suspension I have is actually lowered by about I think it was about an inch to an inch and about an inch. And oh gosh, this was a great track and great need for that lowering with my 5'6" height. I was not complaining at all. These guys are cruising. They're probably like, that's probably me getting lapped, to be honest with you. I think it's because I did see some 1 and 2s come by me at some point in time on my first lap. Kudos to them, man. I just get out and hit that. Oh, check this out. It was like really bad spacing for those logs, and I'm like eyeballing it. He's stuck there, and I was like, oh, check this out. La-di-da-di, la-di-da-di. What's the saying? Work smarter, not harder. That was definitely my my good one for the race. Because the spacing on the logs, you just had to hit them with speed, and I didn't have no speed. There's someone there.
Alright, right there. Thank you.
So, guessing that was the Enduro bypass. I had heard we were going to be running it backwards, and yeah, I wasn't going to complain because I wasn't hitting the Enduro bypass anyways. I mean, hitting the Enduro section. Sometimes these camera angles don't give you really good proportion, but this was a little muddy hill climb, baby one, but enough to put some footage in. If you guys made it this long, my voice is getting hoarse. We're almost to the end of the video. I think we have about a minute left. Appreciate you guys that watch these videos. Had a great time coming out here. D14 in Battle Creek definitely, that kicks you down there. I was feeling bogged down a little bit. I definitely didn't want to get stuck. Yep, there we go. That's it. Pony Down's back for now. We'll see how long it lasts. Thank you for watching.